Well, everyone, welcome aboard. It is a new episode of Burnin here, and it is fall in northern Wisconsin. So we've got temps that finally dropped after what was a fairly warm fall. So we've got water temps that are about 57, 58, and we're going to be doing some casting as well as dragging some suckers today. We've got our typical setup as far as suckers go. We got a down rod just over the side of the boat, and then we also got one on a slip bobber rig. So those are both on the 9-foot heavy trolling rods from Chaos Tackle. Hopefully today we'll get a chance to drive the hooks home with those rods. We're going to be casting as well. So right now Jake is running a death pause minnow and I'm running a salt eel. So pull pause type baits is kind of what we'll be focusing on today. And as far as structure, we're going to be working along a lot of shallow weed edges. In addition to that, we will mix in some mid-lake humps and then probably some underwater points, work along those breaks. So we'll see what we can get into and hopefully get the net wet soon. Oh my God. That was big. Yeah, that was probably 50. Oh my God. That was big, man. That was freaking hit it. Huh? I didn't even see my face. I saw him come up. That wasn't a 50, that was freaking 48. All over. Holy smokes, right off the top. I was hoping he grabbed it.
I know. What the heck? There's a fish on you.
There is?
Yeah.
That might be him.
It seems big.
It is.
Nope, it's not him.
Good one. It's a good fish.
Okay, over here. Right here.
Dude, that was wild. You get hit by that 50? This thing? Dude, there's fish stacked on these rocks here again. As soon as I got it out, you hit it as soon as you pulled it off the rock. Oh, wild. That was pretty cool.
Let's see what you got, Jake.
Oh.
$45.25.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Holy cow, that's a good one.
Yeah, just lost that one really big one. It's stuck in a rock. I pulled it out of the rock and this thing came and hit it when I was holding the rod, so that was sweet. We'll get a picture and get her back. There she goes.
Ferocious.
Well, Jake, we go from highs and lows in musky fishing. That low of losing that big fish right there, to all of a sudden there's a fish on the sucker that was stuck in the rocks.
Yeah. Yeah, I could feel it snag in there. I kept trying to bounce it out of there and it wouldn't go. Finally, I got it to go and I felt that thing come up and hit it.
Wow. So what we're fishing is a mid-lake hump, and it's got rocks all around it. It's got some on the tip of it, and basically, so that fish that you lost, just ripping in a swimming dog, and she hit close to the boat.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get the hooks there, but yeah, then it transitioned to the sucker. And in our minds, we're like, man, I hope, well, maybe, we had hooks in that one, but maybe they'll go for the sucker. Well, another fish did, because that other one you lost was even bigger.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep working around this mid-lake hump. Maybe there's more.
Yeah, I think we'll stay here for a little bit.
Yeah, let's keep working it. Fight and win, but hey, if there's fish here, we got to stay here.
Gashed up, round 2. He's going back in.
All right, a couple tips here as we get back to fishing while Jake is re-rigging that one. So what we like to use for our sucker rigs is a double hook harness, but you actually got 3 hooks. So you got the hook that goes in the snout, and then you got the 2 trebles that are staggered off the side. So we got fluorocarbon leader attached to the wire with the treble hooks on there. So we've liked that setup. We ran it for quite a few years now. And in addition to that, we always put a ounce to ounce and a half egg sinker on the line just ahead of the fluorocarbon leader, just to keep those suckers down in the water column. Where we like to keep them is about halfway down in the water column, or roughly somewhere about in there. That's kind of our theory as far as sucker fishing, and hopefully puts another one in the net. That's gotta be a fish. see what we got here. Just at 38, just over 38. Spunky fish. Fish number 2 comes on the sucker. We're gonna get her back and we'll talk about a little bit more of the structure here. Beautiful fish. There she goes. So, yeah, as far as the structure that we're working, we actually basically working along some rocks here. Again, that was what produced for us earlier in the day. The one that I lost not too long ago was off of shallow weeds. So, number 2 for the day, and we've got plenty of time left. So we'll see if we can't get another one. The wind's beating us up, but fish are eating today. Alright, a couple more notes and observations as we move into the evening here. So that fish that I caught was basically, we were working around 2 different islands, and there's some mixed rock with sand in that area, and it comes up pretty shallow in some spots, but there's a trough in between those 2 islands, and that's what we were passing through as we were going to work around that next island. So that's what that fish came off of. Just a few more details after the catch here. We also noticed that all 3 fish today on the sucker rigs have come on the down rod, so we thought that was an interesting observation. And we are 3 days out from full moon, so just a couple more notes to put into the equation here as we're chasing these muskies. Well, that concludes it. After a blank last few hours, we've wrapped it up. So we fished through sunset, and we expected to get one more bite, but it just didn't happen. So we had a window basically around 11:30 or noon. That's when Jake lost that big one, got that 45, and then I had that one later. So still a 2-fish day, 2 fish in the net, and lost 2. And that's a good day. We're happy with that. I mean, it was fun, and you got a nice one at 45.
Yeah.
So plus that one that you lost was a big fish.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. I mean, we both saw that up close and personal. It's like, that would have been the fish of the year by far.
Oh yeah.
But win some, you lose some. I mean, it just wasn't the ideal hooking situation. She just came out of nowhere. But
hooks just wouldn't stay.
yeah, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
But that's what keeps you coming back is the big fish, and that'll we'll keep thinking of that one over winter.
Oh yeah.
But one more note about that big one that he lost, and then that 45 you got. Those were fish basically on a spot. It's kind of one way to think of it. So we had the mid-lake hump that had rock on it, but it was basically the deepest and the best rock that we found on there.
Yep.
Both those fish came off that, and it was basically main lake side
Yep.
of that hump. So I mean, that hump is surrounded by 20+ feet of water, comes up to 6 at the shallowest, and I would say those rocks were probably 10.
Yeah, 8 to 12.
Yeah, 8 to 12 foot of rock. So that's the deepest rock there. Biggest fish came off that. So, well, that's where we're gonna wrap it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. We always appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the next one.